Hello everyone and welcome to the Crown Jewel Racing Network's coverage of the Circa Hotel and Casino 150 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's time for the ARCA series to roll off. We got 25 drivers here tonight. It's going to be a packed crowd with the new news on the field coming in that the soft capped is being changed here. Drivers over 2,500 I rating now are going to be able to drive 5 races in the ARCA series throughout the rest of the year. So it looks like we'll have definitely a few more races with definitely a lot more drivers out here tonight, as we'll see 25 drivers out here tonight. Looking on at the number 9 of Gordon Fraley. Dutch Bros Ford Mustang out on the track through 3 and 4. So, second race of the Gen 6 era here in ARCA, and we're definitely going to be seeing some new racing styles here, especially at the 1.5 miles, with these cars kind of being able to stick it almost full throttle through these corners. We're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing tonight. We'll see Corey Mott go to the top of the board with his first lap of a 31.2. Vince Mitchell goes second with a 31.3. Caleb Tipton also finished his lap. Going to be currently P6. Garth Griswold coming into ARCA here. And the number 22 going to be setting his time. It's going to be a P7 at the moment with a 31.45. Joe Wright coming out on the track in that Krispy Kreme Ford. We'll go ahead and go on board with him and see what he's doing here. So drivers will have one lap around Las Vegas Motor Speedway here to set a time. Going on board here with Joe Wright and that number 37 Krispy Kreme Toyota Camry coming out of turn 4. Going to be coming across the line here above the apron through the driving gates through 1 and 2. Trying to keep that car painted to that line. Get it back up the track on the exit of 2 here. Get right back up to that wall. Carry as much speed out of that corner. Head back into 3. And do the same thing as 1 and 2. Holding that throttle down. Here comes Joe Wright out of turn 4. What is it going to be for that number 37 as he crosses the line? It'll be a top 10 at the moment there for Joe Wright there. He's actually going to get bumped out as Tyler Bellinger goes P5. Cody Leach goes 8th. Got a few guys out on the track that have not set their time yet. Coming across the line here, Jonathan Lager. And the number 28 machine going to go 24th fastest here. Stuart Harding Walker and the number 39 Valvoline Mustang coming out of turn 4 to set his time here. This will be the last driver. It's going to be actually 26 drivers now filling out the field here tonight, as I believe one person has joined. Under qualifying, but Stuart Harding Walker is going to lock in that last spot here tonight and go 5th fastest here at Las Vegas on his qualifying run. Thomas Villano in that number 17 Toyota Camry was able to set 2nd fastest time. And that looks like that's going to be the end of the session. I believe we just got to let it transition over here. But we have 150 miles here tonight at this 1.5 mile oval here in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be a nice and cool 113 degrees out there on the track tonight as it is a nice little 87 degrees out in the air with a little bit of clouds and some wind. We'll have 100 laps here in the Sin City, and who's going to be able to gamble their way to victory lane here tonight and grab a win here in the ARCA series here at Las Vegas, one of the more famous mile-and-a-half speedways, we'll call it. Whenever you see a race at Vegas, you definitely know it's going to put on a good show, as this track is just countless good racing, just no matter what car comes here, no matter what series comes here. And we're getting ready to start our starting lineup, so let's go ahead and go through it once our pole sitter Nishil wants to grid up. There we go. All right, so here we go. So starting on pole here tonight, it's going to be Nishil Condor in that number 42 with a 31.211, beating out Thomas Villano by 3/100ths. And that number 17, you'll see Aiden Schramm in third on the inside. And then to the outside of him, Noah Hamilton in the number 2. You'll see Stuart Harding Walker up in 5th with Corey Mott in 6th. Bill Martin's going to be starting 7th with Tyler Bellinger in 8th. Ray Gill's going to be 9th with Vince Mitchell in 10th, and that's going to round out that top 10 and row 5. Row 6 going to be having Cody Leach, the WRL driver, and Missile Racing's Hayden Higginbotham looking to get his 3rd win on the year here tonight. Just behind them, you'll see Robert Fraley and Joe T. Wright. And then in that 8th row, you'll see Mason Hoffner, Cameron Romano. Row 9 is going to be consisting of Nick Cordova and Garth Griswold. Row 10 going to be Holden Gordon Fraley in that number 9, Austin Runkle in the 29. You'll see Joe Gibbons and Julia Komick round out that next row, row 11. Row 12 going to be consistent Caleb Tipton and Zach Saunders, who seems to have had a problem on his qualifying lap. And then rounding out the field here tonight, we'll see Jonathan Lager and Sam Bennett in the number 69 machine out in the back. So we got pretty much all the field here to grid. We're going to get ready to go racing here tonight in the Sin City. It's Las Vegas. The lights are on. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to cool down here. And these cars are going to get a lot faster as we go on. It's going to be Nishil Condor out on the pole. Thomas Villano to his outside. And we're looking to see a great race here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I would say this is either our biggest or second biggest grid of the season here. And it's going to be a fun one here tonight. And we got all 25 of these guys getting ready to go. Seems like Bill Martin is on pit road, so he has missed the gridding. So we'll have 25 drivers out on track to go into turn 1. Bill Martin will be joining them on the backstretch. Here we go. It's going to be Nishil Condor. Thomas Villano on that front row. Pace car has his lights off. You know what that means. He's about to get out of this way of the field. And Barney's going to drop that green flag here in just one moment. They come out of turn 4 side by side. How long are we going to stay side by side? We don't know. But we're going to be green here at Las Vegas. And it's going to be 100 laps of racing. Through turn 1, Nishil Condor already pulling out to a lead. We're going to see Aiden Schramm pull into second as Thomas Villano did not get the start that he wanted on that outside line. 3 wide already, back behind the leaders. Side-by-side battle up front. We're going to see 4 wide for a moment there. We're already getting a lot of side-by-side racing. Aiden Schramm to the lead on lap 1. Stuart Harding Walker already all over that back bumper of that 14 car. Just behind them in the leaders, we see Cody Leach already working his way up forward 3 spots from 11th. Ray Gill already up 5 spots as well. He was showing some promise in practice. He was up in that top 5 in practice, so he's definitely got a quick car out here tonight, and he seems to know what he's doing. So can he keep that car clean enough and out front in that clean air? We'll see what that 66 is able to do. Aiden Schramm leads lap 3, or should we say lap 2 here at Las Vegas. 100 laps, obviously it's going to be a decent race length. We got a competition yellow here at lap 50, halfway through the race. See a car in the wall out of 2. That's Nishil Condor on the outside. Stuart Harding Walker moves his way into a secured second spot. See Villano trying to fight back on the inside here for third. Harding Walker going to dive down to the inside here on Schramm. Not going to be able to get the run out of 4, and Schramm's going to lead lap 3. Gordon Fraley in that number 9 machine already worked his way up 10 spots so far. Biggest mover. That's going to be 11 as he's going to get around that number 6 of Robert Fraley. That Dutch Bros Ford Mustang is definitely moving here tonight. He's got Cody Leach just behind him as well in that number 23. Back in the pack also, Zach Saunders making his first ARCA start here in that number 16 Ford Mustang. He's got a little bit of work to do to catch back up here to Joe Wright, but holding on pretty well, made his way up 8 spots. Already here 5 laps in. Back out front, Aiden Schramm holding on strong. Nishil Condor trying to build a run here out of 2. It's going to allow Thomas Villano to get the inside. A lot of diving down to the bottom of the track there, just behind the leaders. That looked to me to be the Nick Cordova machine. Big bunch ups here out of 4. Side by side, Robert Fraley and Cody Leach. Almost 3 wide there. Cordova 3 wide behind them. Contact between Fraley and Leach. We got battles all around the track here. Back up front, Nishil Condor has gotten to the outside here. Aiden Schramm on lap 6. Gonna get a little bit loose through the corner. That's gonna allow that 39 of Harding Walker to peek his nose just inside and take that spot away from him. So side-by-side battle for second continues on now between Stuart Harding Walker and Thomas Villano. See that battle for third, or fourth I should say, between the two of Noah Hamilton and Ray Gill just behind. Corey Mott also working his way into this picture. Started 6th, all the way up to 5th here. Just kind of trying to gauge what these other guys are doing just in front of him. Stuart Harding Walker seems to be blinking out here. And that might be causing a little bit of problems on the leaderboard. So sorry about the jump in positions there. But Aiden Schramm holding on strong right now. Thomas Villano and the 39 of Stuart Harding Walker still side by side. Schramm hit the apron. That's going to make it 3 wide for the lead now. Thomas Villano on the bottom. And there goes Stuart Harding Walker on the outside. Going to now be 3 wide for second as Noah Hamilton tries to take it 3 on the outside. Going to go on board here with Corey Mott and see his point of view of what is going on just in front of him. As you see, just chaos side by side. A lot of side force on these cars. And it just completes this race package here at these 1.5 miles where it kind of just allows you to be side by side for a lot of these runs. So here on lap 9, Corey Mott has allowed Gordon Fraley in that number 9 to get by him. And he's just kind of watching these cars in front of him go at it as that number 39 starting to pull away just a tiny bit here. Just behind Mott currently is that number 42 of Nishil Condor. Gonna go back to Cody Leach here as he's got a lot of battling cars behind him. You see Nick Cordova all the way on the bottom of the track there. See Zach Saunders has made his way up to 11th now. Currently 13 spots up from where he has started. Gonna definitely have to watch out for him here tonight, as he's going to get to his outside here. Vince Mitchell just behind Cody Leach. Might be able to get to the outside here, Cody Leach, on the exit of 2. And he is. And they're just going to see contact in the back. There goes the 30 car around. It's going to be Mason Hoffner. And that's going to bring out our first caution of the night as that number 30 backs it into the outside wall little bit of contact, I believe, with another car on the track, and we'll see what happened here to bring out that yellow. Looks like coming out of 2, the car behind Hoffner just got a little bit loose there and ended up making contact with him. Looks to be Caleb Tipton in the 25. Unsure kind of if Hoffner checked up in front of Tipton there or what happened. It definitely seemed to be that Hoffner checked up for some reason. I'm unsure why. And Tipton was just carrying his speed and made that rear end contact with Hoffner. So we'll see a caution here early on tonight. 11 laps in. See 2 cars making their way down pit road. Caleb Tipton in the 25 to check in on that damage. And then also Austin Runkle. Robert Fraley has also made his way down pit road in that number 6 Mustang. So some fast repairs being taken by these drivers on pit road, as the ARCA series does allow for 1 fast repair. And these drivers get their cars fixed instantly and get back out on the track to continue on throughout the race with no damage. Only downside of having 1 fast repair is you only got 1. So it's going to be Aiden Schramm out front here on lap 13. Would try to talk to him, but he is currently not in a voice channel. So we'll just let him pace the field here behind the pace car. No choose cone here in ARCA, so once we get 1 to green, we'll just line up side by side like it used to be in the back in the good old days. And there goes the lights on the pace car, so we're going to be going green here once again on lap 15. We'll have 34 laps to duke it out to the competition yellow here at the midway point of this race here tonight. All 26 drivers still on the lead lap. So we'll see what we can do here throughout the rest of this first half of this race. Just a reminder, drivers only have 1 set of fresh rubbers in the pits for this race. So most drivers like to take them at the competition yellow here. But we've seen some varying strategy. Jim Mott last week took tires pretty late at Phoenix after a lot of cautions. Next event we'll see Irwindale, another short track, so we'll see what happens there. Aiden Schramm, Noah Hamilton out front as the pace car has his lights off. We're getting ready to go green once again here in the Sin City. It's going to be the 14 and the 2 out front. Who's going to have that better jump, the inside or the outside? Here we go for the second restart of this race. Schramm with a good jump. You're going to see that 42 of Condor make an early move past that line. Get 3 wide to the outside here and trying to work his way back up. He's currently 3 wide with the 17 of Volano, and it looks like that's Ray Gill on the inside there in that 66. 4 wide now, it seems. Just for a moment there as they exit turn 2, as these restarts are definitely going to be chaotic, as these guys do get bunched up very easily on these restarts. 3 wide between Vince Mitchell. We're going to see Nick Cordova, Joe Wright get into contact. Joe Wright's going to come back up to the track. That's going to involve Bill Martin. We're also going to see a few other drivers involved in that one. 69 of, looks like Sam Bennett also involved in that one. I think I saw the 22 of Garth Griswold as well. And that's what happens when we have a lot of cars all next to each other. We'll have our second yellow of the night here. And we're going to see what happened as Joe Wright seemed to be getting turned through the tri-oval. As him and Nick Cordova come into contact through the tri-oval. That brings the 69 down the track with him. Joe Wright comes back up the track, makes contact with the 75 of Bill Martin. And then Garth Griswold kind of had nowhere to go there. Go on board here with Garth Griswold and see what he saw. Jonathan Lager barely avoiding that incident. Definitely nothing that Garth could have done there, as the 75 had nothing he could have done honestly as well to avoid that 37 coming back up the track. So we'll see our second caution here on lap 16. So Bill Martin, Joe Wright, Sam Bennett, Robert Fraley all on pit road. Garth Griswold also with his damage going to be coming down pit road this lap, it seems. And that John Deere 22 machine definitely not looking too good. He's going to take his fast repair and continue on here tonight. There's that fast repair. So it's going to be Aiden Schramm, Noah Hamilton still out front. Stuart Harding Walker has locked himself into that third spot. And Corey Mott in fourth, and then rounding out the top five, you see Ray Gill in that 66 machine. Looking for a good night here is that number 66 Toyota. And he's definitely got some speed here tonight, so maybe he can pull it off as a little bit of an underdog win. Go ahead and look at the points here coming into tonight real quick to see all the points battles and everything that's going on. You see Thomas Milano currently holding the lead over Jim Mott. Robert Fraley in third, Hagen Higginbotham in fourth. Currently see Bob Baker, who's not here tonight, in fifth in points. Corey Mott currently sixth. See Joe Gibbons in seventh, Ryan Persinger in eighth, Ryan Taft ninth, and then Jeremy T-Bone in 10th. And then a lot of these guys here tonight currently not in the points and not really running for points, just running for race wins. And looking to get some just more track time here in the ARCA series. But there's our current point standings for our contending drivers. And we're getting ready to go green as they have gotten lined back up side by side. Double file here at Las Vegas. We're going to go green on lap 20. We're going to have 31 laps left here before this competition caution. Can we make it green? And will we see all 26 of these drivers make it to the end of this race here tonight? We'll see. All 26 still on the lead lap, but a few of them have used their fast repairs, so make sure you don't get any more damage out there. Pace car has his lights off as they go through 3 and 4 one more time under yellow. And next time through, we're going to hear those engines roaring. We're going to go ahead and give it a nice little crown jewel crank it up here at Las Vegas. And let's go ahead and hear those engines roar. And as we were going to get ready to come back, the yellow comes out. It looks like it's going to be for Ray Gill in that number 66. And definitely not what he wanted to see after he was running up in the top 5. Try to see what happened here. Looks like everyone in front of him just got kind of jumbled up. And not really anything he could have done there. See Stuart Harding Walker just in front. Michelle Condor tags the wall. Gordon Fraley comes back down the track as well, which causes that 66 to go down the track, and he actually blew his engine there. So he's going to have to take a tow, and he's definitely going to go at least a lap down. That's for sure. So a turnaround here night for Ray Gill. He's going to have to do a little bit of work to get back on the lead lap here tonight if he wants to stay in this thing. He's definitely got the speed to, so if he can get back on the lead lap somehow, it definitely could go into his favor, but not what that 66 team wanted here at Las Vegas. Aiden Schramm currently still out front in that number 14, holding strong over Noah Hamilton and Stuart Harding Walker. Unsure if that wall contact for that 42 is going to affect anything on him there. Sure, Ray Gill is not the happiest camper at the moment after that possible race-ending accident for that 66 here after a blown engine has stuck him on pit road. Looks like Robert Fraley also going to be 3 laps down. He's got himself back out on track, however. And real quick, why don't we go ahead and talk to our biggest mover so far tonight. It's going to be the number 16 of Zach Saunders. Let's see if he's got anything to say at the moment here. Hey there, Zach. It's the boy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hi. Sorry about the entry message.
I actually, it was quiet, so I actually didn't hear it. But
okay, good.
But how you doing in this race right now after a few early cautions, but some definite intense racing out there on the track?
Yeah, you said it. These we're a lot more ballsy with all this downforce. So there's some 3 wide moves that I thought were a little too much this early on in the race, but it worked out. So yeah, just I think everyone's got more confidence now that the car's got the downforce to hold it. But it's a little loose in the corner if you don't lift a little bit right behind people. So yeah, it's a bit of a challenge, but we're getting through it.
Yeah, and taking that number 16 car from the back of the field to the top 10 here early on. What's it kind of feeling like early on here in the setup and just everything driving wise right now?
I think on the restarts they're really good. They don't get that tick of looseness, but later in the run when we had that 11 lap run or whatever it was, you can start to feel the right rear want to come around. So yeah, we'll see what happens here and just play it lap by lap.
All right, well we'll let you go focus on, and good luck throughout the rest of the race here tonight.
Thank you.
That's Zach Saunders, our current biggest mover of the race, currently up 15, should be 16 spots. As the field's getting ready to go green once again here at Las Vegas. We got 24 drivers on the lead lap now. 2 are going to be a few laps down. One's going to be 2 laps down. One's going to be 3 laps down. That's going to be Ray Gill and Robert Fraley in that order. So Ray Gill going to have to work back 2 laps here. And he's got 1 yellow coming up here on lap 50 in his back pocket. He just needs another one to come out here anytime else throughout the race, and he'll be back on the lead lap. But up front, it's going to be a battle to get to this lap 50 mark. It's going to be Aiden Schramm out front with Noah Hamilton once again. See Stuart Harding Walker and Michelle Condor 3rd and 4th, Corey Mott in 5th. Field rounds out of turn 4. It's going to be Schramm, Hamilton out front here on lap 29 when we get going once again. 4th restart of the race here tonight, and we're green. Schramm gets a good jump here on the inside, and that's going to allow him to pull clear. Might even pull that 39 of Stuart Harding Walker with him. Through one they go, and he does, as Harding Walker is able to clear for 2nd. You see Corey Mott also clear for 3rd. That outside line did not have a good jump. You see Stuart Harding Walker trying to make a move down the inside here, on board now with race leader Aiden Schramm. As he goes through turn 3 and 4 to complete lap 29. Side by side with Stuart Harding Walker for the lead. Going into turn 1, big run by Corey Mott in the 18 here on the outside. Lots of 3 wide battle in here throughout Las Vegas. Back on board with Aiden Schramm here as they exit turn 2. 3 wide out front, Corey Mott on the outside. Contact a little bit with Stuart Harding Walker on the inside there, and Schramm's going to have to surrender that lead to that 39 machine. Mott's going to have to fall back as well. Michelle Condor fighting his way back up to this podium spot. Currently sitting 3rd. Aiden Schramm going to make a move to the inside, and the 39 is going to go up the track and around. And that's going to be a yellow, as Corey Mott's also going to go around, and we're going to see a yellow once again here. Everyone else seems to have avoided that 18 car, but that one started up front as Aiden Schramm getting his way around Thomas Villano. Villano might have pulled a late block there and got spun sideways in front of the field. I'll have to take a look back at that once again, but we're going to go ahead and watch this real quick, as we know that 39 has had a suspension here and there. Don't want to get another one, that's for sure. Seems to be calm. We'll go ahead and look back here at what happens. Seeing if there was any tempers flaring from that 39 there. But up front, going into turn 1 and 2, Schramm gets his nose to the inside. And that 39 just gets washed back up the track. There was definitely a few other cars that were involved in that, but it doesn't seem to be anything too serious on those cars, except for Corey Mott possibly. Go ahead and take a look at it here once again from a more top-down angle. And yeah, it just seems that Harding Walker kind of just goes down the track a little bit too much there, as Schramm was getting his nose already to the inside. And that will bring out our 4th caution of the night, involving a few drivers. Cody Leach on pit road, Vince Mitchell on pit road, Zach Saunders as well. Corey Mott going to be on pit road, as well as Sam Bennett. So a few early cautions more in this race, but that's going to also give Ray Gill a lap back, so he's going to be 1 lap down here. And now just hoping and praying to make it to that halfway point in this race in that number 66 Camry. So Schramm's still going to be out front in that number 14 machine after a little bit of an incident there with Stuart Harding Walker, which involved Corey Mott and a few other drivers. Everyone else should be okay, however. Seems that Vince Mitchell getting a little bit of extra damage repair on pit road at the moment. So the sun is setting here, and these lights are definitely on here in Vegas. So 33 laps complete here at Las Vegas, currently on lap 34. Aiden Schramm has dominated so far. Not really had too much of a battle, except for Stuart Harding Walker getting in front of him there right before that yellow came out. And that 39 kind of got spun around in front of the field. Surprised he didn't go down pit road there to check on damage. Gonna be assuming that that car is A-OK. He's gonna keep that 39 in second. So we'll be pacing one more time around here under yellow. We'll be going green on lap 36. It's going to be 14 laps until that halfway yellow. This time it's going to be Aiden Schramm and Stuart Harding Walker out front instead of that 2 of Noah Hamilton. He'll be second on the outside to Nishil Condor. Thomas Milano has found his way back up into the top 5. And we'll see Hayden Higginbotham up there also in the inside. Just behind him, Cameron Romano in that number 3 has worked his way up to 6th. And he'll be starting on that 3rd car on the outside. Got Joe Gibbons just behind him. Robert Fraley. Gordon Fraley. And then Caleb Tipton also in that top 10 with Jonathan Lager kind of hovering around there. Pace car has his lights off. You know what that means. He's going to get out of the way. And we're going to go green flag racing once again here in Las Vegas for the Circa Hotel Casino 150. We're going to have our 5th restart here of the race. And let's get it going. Barney's got that flag in his hand. And Aiden Schramm is on that gas pedal. We're green once again here at Las Vegas. Michelle Condor already making a move down to the inside here, trying to take second away from that 39 of Stuart Harding Walker. See Hamilton make a move down to the inside, 3 wide now for second. And we got these guys going wild out here in Vegas, gambling for everything, even before the halfway point of this race. 3 wide for third now. Michelle Condor stuck in the middle of Thomas Villano and Stuart Harding Walker. Not a spot you want to be stuck in, 3 wide in the middle, especially at a mile and a half. That's probably the most nerve-wracking feeling out on the track. Michelle Condor able to power through it, however. Currently stay 3rd. Got a side-by-side battle once again up front between Noah Hamilton and Aiden Schramm. Hamilton going to be on the inside this time through 3 and 4, and Hamilton going to take the lead out of 4. To the line, that 2 car is going to lead that lap, and yellow's going to come out once again here, as it looks like this one's going to be for Sam Bennett in the 69. See what happened here is he's got into contact with Corey Mott and Vince Mitchell. And that's going to bring out our 5th caution of the night here on lap 37, now 38. So Noah Hamilton was able to secure the lead. And we're going to have probably a few laps. And then we'll have another yellow at lap 50. We'll see if they do anything different. I don't believe they will. But 5 cautions early on here tonight. Definitely not the outcome that league officials were hoping for here with the Gen 6 cars after Phoenix. But it is a new style of racing for a lot of these guys in these Gen 6 cars that just have a lot of downforce. So it looks like Aiden Schramm going to be going down pit road here in that 14. Actually going to be faking it. Not able to pull anyone with him, as it seems everyone is going to be staying out on the track except for maybe cars that were damaged in that incident. So there goes Corey Mott, Sam Bennett. Ray Gill going to be getting back on the lead lap here in that number 66 machine. Let's go ahead and talk to our lucky dog here and see what this battle is going to come out to here tonight for him. Hey there, Ray Gill, it's the boy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much, nothing much. Just watching you guys pace around a little bit here at Las Vegas, but we've seen that you've gotten back on the lead lap, and definitely were one of the fastest cars in practice and earlier in the race, kind of before you got taken out there after a little bit of contact with Gordon Fraley. But now that you're back on the lead lap, what are you going to be looking for here throughout the rest of this race?
Survive. This has been a lot more chaotic than I thought it would be. So, yeah, I'm just going to take it easy and then make my way one by one up front.
Yeah, and speaking about your speed, definitely one of the faster cars out here. What do you think you're going to be able to do to kind of be able to keep yourself safe, but also get back out front?
I feel like this car's pretty fast no matter where I am on the track, so like up high, low. So I'm just going to, yeah, pass them one by one, easy as I can, not make any risk.
There you go.
Stay away from Gordon.
There you go. But yeah, we'll let you get back to it, and good luck throughout the rest of the race. We hope to see you back out front and possibly talk to you at the end of this race as well.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
That's Ray Gill back on the lead lap here. Currently going to be sitting in 23rd. See the race leader on board with Noah Hamilton in that number 2. Aiden Schramm currently sitting second. And then Show Condor in 3rd in that number 42. So no more Honda, it seems, for Nashil. He's going to be rocking the Chevrolet throughout the rest of the year. Might have to question him about that. Hey there, Nashil Condor. It's the boy up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, hey, how's it going? Sorry, there's something really funny happening in the chat that I'm cracking up over, but what's up? How's it going?
You're all good, but we see that you have changed your manufacturer to Chevy. What's up with that?
Oh, am I not?
Oh wait, no, you're Honda in the Nextel. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
Fun. I was gonna try. Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Caleb? Or, Nathaniel?
I wasn't saying anything.
Okay, sorry, there's a lot of things going on, but no, yeah, I was looking for a Honda scheme, couldn't find it, but, yeah, sorry, go ahead, what were you asking?
That was basically it. I was just wondering, where the Honda was at.
Oh, yeah,
seen you rocking the Camaro. I was like,
I'll get a Honda scheme for next week, don't you worry. I'm gonna have, what's his face, Jonathan whip one up.
Well, there you go.
So Honda's gonna return. It'll return for next week, but until then, I'm a Chevy guy for now.
There you go. We'll let you get back to it and
Nathaniel,
possibly talk to you a little bit later.
I will definitely be sending it. So. All
right. Well, we'll definitely be looking on.
Yeah.
Good luck throughout the rest of the race here.
Yeah.
So that's Nashil Condor in that 42 car. Said he's gonna send it, so let's watch. Pace car has his lights up and off. We're side by side through 3 and 4. We're getting ready to go green. What does Nashil Condor have in store for us? Noah Hamilton gets a good jump on that restart. contact between Schramm and Condor. Is a little bit of contact. Has seemed to set Nashil back here on the inside. Said he's gonna send it here, but he's gonna have to go here with 7 laps left here before the halfway break. 4 wide behind them. You see the 23 of Cody Leach, Bill Martin, Joe Wright. A little bit of contact between Cody Leach, Bill Martin. That's gonna involve Joe Wright. There goes the 75 around. Caution's gonna come out. Comic's gonna make it through. Looks like Bill Martin's going to be the only one with serious damage. But another quick caution here off a restart. And we're under yellow for the 6th time here tonight. It's going to be for Bill Martin, Cody Leach. Austin Runkle had a little bit of contact, it seems, in there. A little bit of netcode, which kind of turned Bill Martin there around. That was a lot of netcode, actually. I honestly don't think Bill should have as much damage on that car as he currently does. But a definite unfortunate incident there for Bill Martin, and it seems he has possibly parked that car. That 66 is no longer with us in the field. So lap 44 was the yellow. Will we see another green before this halfway competition yellow comes out? That is the question. We're going to go ahead and step aside real quick and let these guys pace around for y'all just for a little bit here before we go back green once again. So we're going to have a quick yellow here. And we're going to try to get in these 3 laps before this competition caution comes out. I believe if a caution comes out before it here, they'll just call it there, as we'll be pacing on lap 50. But it's going to be Schramm and Hamilton on the front row again. Schramm's going to have that advantage on the inside. We know Nashil Condor wants to send it. So it's going to be a crazy restart here. Pace car dives down pit road, and these drivers are getting ready to go green once again for a nice little 3-lap dash here at Las Vegas. Green flag back out. Hamilton on that gas pedal, and he's gone. No one has anything for that 2 at the moment. Side by side for second. A little bit of door banging between Nashil Condor and Aiden Schramm. That's going to allow Thomas Villano to get to the inside. Going to be 3 wide going into turn 3 here. Schramm going to be clearing himself across the nose of that 42. Going to secure that second spot. Going to have a huge run here to the inside now of that 2 of Noah Hamilton. To the lead goes that 14 machine. Here on lap 48, side by side out front. 4 wide behind them. There goes Aiden Higginbotham up the track, and that's going to for sure be a yellow. There's no way no one loses it there. Everyone apparently is going to stay green there for a second, and there it goes. That might be a big one. And they were definitely wrecking all throughout the exit of 2 there, as cars were everywhere on the track. And I am unsure of where that started, to be honest. We're going to try to go back and watch Aiden Higginbotham's on board here to see if we can find anything. We did see him end up going up the track as he was battling 3 wide on the bottom. Seems like someone had turned him from behind. Tries to hold it on the bottom of the track and just couldn't hold it anymore. And gets sent back up the track. And computer decides to bug out. Sorry about that. But once again, caution comes out, so that will be our competition yellow as everyone's going to make their way down pit road. We're going to see Aiden Schramm and the 2 of Noah Hamilton. I'm going to try to manage this. I haven't had this problem in a while, so I'm not sure of why this is going on right now. And iRacing does not want me to... There we go. Okay. Do that. That should work. Alright, so that's going to be our competition yellow here, as Sam Bennett has stayed out in that number 69 machine. I believe he's already taken tires after being involved in a few incidents. So it looks like he will stay out on track in that number 69 machine. So 7 cautions here tonight, and we're only halfway through this thing. We might be looking at another long night here in the ARCA series, and it might come out a little bit topsy-turvy like we saw at Phoenix. And Phoenix was definitely something to witness for sure. If you weren't there, then you just weren't there. We saw Nick Cordova pick up that win last week in the number 22 over Corey Mutt and Wyatt Sadler. So we're going to see a little bit of a strategy play here from Sam Bennett. We'll see if he's able to hold on to the lead in that number 69 Camaro. He's going to have Schramm and Hamilton just behind him, the 2 fastest cars of the night so far, as those lights go off and we're getting ready to go green once again. So we'll have 49 laps left here tonight at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's known as the gambling capital of the world. And we got Sam Bennett gambling out front right now. Let's see what he's able to do. Is he on old tires? Is he on a little bit fresher tires? We'll see. Did he already take that set? We honestly have no idea. Could see when he was on pit road, but cannot see when he took those tires last on pit road on lap 39. But pace car has his lights off, and you all know what that means. It's go time here at Las Vegas, and we still got pretty much everyone out on track. Actually, everyone is out on track. That 75 of Bill Martin is back out on track, it seems. And we're getting ready to go green once again here at Las Vegas. Sam Bennett out front this time. Decent jump for that 69. Going to be able to move up the track, cover off Schramm. Going to try to move back down the track to cover off Hamilton through one. Already getting aggressive on those bumpers. Hamilton going to put a little bit of a bumper to the back end there of Bennett as they come out of two. Schramm all over that back bumper of the 69, basically bump drafting him through the corner. He's going to move to the inside here and take that lead back through 3 and 4. So Aiden Schramm back to the lead as he's going to get clear of that 69 of Bennett through 1 and 2. 3 wide battle behind him between Hamilton, Condor, and now Thomas Villano actually, and Fraley back up front side by side between Bennett and Schramm as they're not giving it up. And we got a lot of racing going on here. It's just a lot to see, a lot to call. And these guys are diving every which way. You see Gordon Fraley getting a little aggressive here. Now battling for second on the inside of Sam Bennett. Going to get turned up the track in front of the field. And this is going to be a big one. Oh! And these guys just love to break my computer. Oh, boy. We'll see our 8th caution here come out tonight after Schramm holds the lead, and that definitely involved a lot of drivers. Nick Cordova already on pit road. Looks like Bellinger involved in that one. Gordon Fraley we saw got turned back up the track. Sam Bennett definitely has a lot of damage on that car. Looks like Ray Gill was also involved in that one, and that one might be a race ender here. A lot of damage on that left end. Cody Leach definitely involved in that one as well. Hayden Higginbotham possibly as well, as he's dragged that car down pit road. And we're starting to get to that topsy-turvy part of this race. The wrecks are starting to get bigger. And guys are definitely starting to get taken out here. As now Hamilton has fallen back to 7th after that restart. We're going to try to get a good point of view of what caused this.
I can tell you.
Oh,
Is it alright if I join you up here?
it is,
Time
it
out?
is.
Okay, good, because that's about the only thing that's gonna keep me calm right now.
Hayden Higginbotham from the number 10, by the way.
Yeah. Had the surf's up scheme and everything. I was so excited.
So what happened out there on the on that yellow?
Well, the first one, it seemed that Gordon thought that we were gonna try to make it 4 wide, and he quarter paneled me. And then looking back at this one now, it seems he did the exact same thing.
So a little bit of
Let's see.
a little
I'm
bit of
taking a
Gordon
I'm taking a look
Fraley
at it right
moving
now.
up the track. Yeah, he definitely moved
Yeah,
up there on
he
Bennett.
moved up right into Sam, yeah. Right.
And he paid the price for that one. Got turned back across in front of the field. See, Hamilton got a little bit of piece of that on the front end of that too. And this is right about when everything started going haywire.
I've just heard Corey say that they're giving Gordon an IC.
So Gordon Fraley getting an IC in that number 9. So, being a driver in the field here tonight, were you expecting all these cautions to unfold throughout the race?
Not one bit, considering the car and the track. It's literally either 90% throttle or full throttle the entire time.
That's what I was kind of thinking, honestly.
I will say that when you get on somebody's quarter panel, it gets a touch loose depending on where you're at in the corner, but it is nothing that we should have 8 cautions for. Not one bit.
It's definitely been a very chaotic race, and it only seems to be getting crazier as these wrecks start getting bigger and bigger, and drivers are definitely getting taken out now. So it's definitely gotten to the point where it's gotten very interesting here tonight. We see Jonathan Lager's made his way up to the top 10 now. Currently our biggest mover, up 20 spots. So he's putting together a good race with all the chaos going on around him.
Yeah. Definitely a lot going on, that's for sure. We were
Another
having a lot
driver
of fun.
just behind him, Caleb Tipton. And then Garth Griswold also up 11 spots just behind him.
He's been through the ringer tonight.
He has. We saw him earlier involved in an incident, but took that fast repair and hasn't really looked back since. Made his way back up to that top 10 now. And definitely running where he wants to.
According to my crew chief, I could go back out there, but I would have wheel damage. So I'm just going to stay here. I don't feel like fighting it.
So the field's going to get lined back up side by side. It's going to be Schramm and Condor out front. So now that you're going to be out of the race, Hayden, who you got to win this race here tonight?
I think Aiden's going to win.
He has been the dominant car, for sure.
I thought that he was going to get some damage when it looked like Stewart maybe came across his nose when he went into the corner, but it didn't seem to mess with the car and all, so yeah, he's my pick.
We'll see. He's definitely got the fastest car out there. Schramm was involved in that last, or not Schramm, the 2 of Hamilton was involved in the last incident, so he got a little bit of front end damage after clipping, I believe it was the 69 of Bennett, I believe, who he clipped heading into 1 there. So he had to drop back to the end of the field here. He'll be restarting 16th, but it's going to be Schramm and Condor out front. 14 versus 42. Seems like that inside line's definitely had the advantage on these restarts. We'll see if it gets that advantage once again here.
They'll probably do a good restart now that I'm not in the race. Oh, look at that, it was.
And Schramm gets a good jump. Condor kind of looks like he spun his tires, honestly, there,
yeah,
just a little bit. Unsure if maybe that was a little bit of the push from Milano through the front stretch that kind of made him a little bit sideways, but Schramm takes a nice command and lead.
We're 4 wide in the back.
Yeah, we are 4 wide in the back. They sorted it out, however, Corey Mott,
oh, thank God.
I believe, was one of them involved, and they're getting packed up, stacked up. Jonathan Lager 3 wide on the inside here, battling for 3rd. Trying to pilot that Celsius machine.
Oh, the
Tipton's
25
getting
gets
loose.
turned.
And that's going to involve Zach Saunders and Mason Hoffner. Is anyone else going to be involved? Oh, Stuart Harding Walker gets a little bit of contact. Should be okay. But Tipton was definitely very loose through 2 there. Unsure if he kind of got in hot or if it just kind of snapped on him.
Yeah, like I said, when you get on that quarter panel where that 3 is, it does get loose.
And the 3 of Cameron Romano was also involved in that. You saw him get into the wall there. So a little bit of damage on that right side of Cameron Romano's car as well. And a very caution-plagued race sees the 9th caution of the race here on lap 61 out of 100. We might be looking at a ARCA caution record here tonight.
Yeah, seriously. This is like the most we've had the whole season.
It's been good racing, but it just produces a lot of crashes, to be honest, with all these guys bunched up like this.
Yeah, especially here, because this just might as well be plate racing in these cars. I mean, everybody, as soon as you get that draft, you hook up.
And I kind of feel like a lot of these guys are more used to running the next gens now, and just the regular A Open races, or just, you know, A Fixed, A Open, or the NIS series, and they're just kind of used to those next gen cars where they just have a lot of aero and they get spread out pretty easily, where you're not side by side all the time, or battling 3 wide every single lap.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a change of pace. And we got a bunch of cars on pit road right now. Currently, looks like 6 or 7, if you want to include Hayden.
Yeah.
But 6 for sure on pit road, and you see a few of them coming off. That's the 39, the 6, and the 3. So Harding, Walker, Romano, and I believe Robert Fraley as well coming off pit road. So it looks like Tipton's still going to be stuck on pit road. I believe he's already taken his fast repair, so that's going to be a shot in the leg for him, and he might not be able to continue on. Honestly, that was a pretty decent wreck. It wasn't the biggest wreck, but with these cars, it's not as durable as the next gens.
Not one bit.
Looks like he is going to get rolling, stay on that lead lap, so we'll see what kind of speed he has. He'll be at the back of the field, however. Just looking at a bunch of our fine Crown Jewel Pit Road members. Currently just standing hands on hips.
Yeah.
As
Doing a whole lot.
Ray Gill is still getting service on his car. I believe he might be out of the race, as he's been on pit road since lap 55.
My front end looks fine on the stream. Is my car okay? Like,
I don't know how I missed this, but Vince Mitchell has worked his way up to 2nd.
Oh wow.
We know he's had a few good runs here and there, and some have gone his way recently, but he had a shot to win Texas a few weeks back here in ARCA, and just kind of slipped away. That might have been next gen, actually. Or
Yeah,
not
I think
next
it was
gen.
next gen.
Gen 4,
Or no.
I mean.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
But still had that shot in his hands and just slipped. And definitely know he's thinking about that still, as he wants to get this win. And he's currently sitting 2nd. He's got a shot at it. He's just got to get around the fastest car in the field right now, of Aiden Schramm. Kind of want to go ahead and talk to him real quick, but the lights just went out on the pace car, so we'll hold that for the next caution. I'm honestly kind of expecting one here at this point of the race now.
I think if we have another one, I think my car might be okay. I might try to go back out there. Depending on how quick it is.
Get all the points you can.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, no, she's messed up. Yeah, the wheel's 90 degrees to the left.
Definitely not going back out there then. That's for sure.
No. I did that at Richmond, that next race I got wrecked at. I ran like the rest 80 laps with like a wheel that was 90 degrees to the left.
Yeah, and that's never fun.
No, not at Richmond, that's for sure.
But up front, it's going to be Vince Mitchell on the outside of Aiden Schramm. What can that 96 do? He's got about 40 or 30 laps. 38. How many laps? I don't even know, honestly. I don't see the ticker. 35 laps.
Yeah.
They'll have 35 laps left here to make something happen. Schramm's back on that gas pedal, and we're green. Looks like Mitchell did not get the start he wanted on that outside. Lager didn't really have the best jump either, but he's already battling for the lead here on Schramm. Going to be to the outside. Here comes Vince Mitchell back on the inside. Gotten down to the line that you kind of want to run here around Vegas. And he's going to be to the inside, outside now as Schramm goes down to the apron. He's going to be the outside of him through 1 and 2. Can he make that middle groove work? It's definitely a fast groove as well. And he might be able to get clear here on the backstretch. He's going to be clear for a moment. Jonathan Lager going to be 3 wide for second. Michelle Condor going to clear now those 2 cars for second. As side by side for third. Continues a little bit of contact. Woo. We keep it clean. Jonathan Lager is going to be falling back a few positions after that contact. Had to save his car and did a pretty good job at saving it, honestly.
Yeah, definitely.
Only loses about 3 spots as he's now going to be followed by Garth Griswold. And that number 22, we see Thomas Volano making a dive down the inside of Noah Hamilton, who's made his way back up to 4th already. So that damage on that front end definitely not affecting that too. Vince Mitchell also has taken the lead. Michelle Condor has gotten around Schramm as well for second. So that puts Schramm back to 3rd.
This one's right on his bumper, though. Oh, he's going to the outside.
Not going to be able to have that run on the entry of 3, and that's going to open the door for Schramm to come back on the inside here. Going to be side by side for second. So with 31 laps left here in Las Vegas, Vince Mitchell has taken the lead late in the race. And Aiden Schramm's probably scrambling right now, honestly, after having the most dominant car of the night. Just getting overtaken like that by 2 cars. It's definitely a little bit worrying.
Yeah.
But we'll see if we get a long run here, what these guys have. We haven't really seen the long run pace out of these guys.
I know from the practice that we did, the tires go away so fast.
The only difference between the practice session and the race session here now, is we got a car in the back. I believe that's Sam Bennett in 69. He's got a lot of damage on that left end, driving straight into the wall. He's going to have to get that thing down to pit road somehow. He's going to have everyone get by him, and he's going to make it safely down pit road. So we'll stay green. Vince Mitchell doing a good job at holding everyone off. But, yeah, back to the practice session. A few key differences there of the practice session and where the race is currently at is it's nighttime and a lot cooler than what it was. As, you know, the desert just definitely cools off at night and is really hot during the day.
Corey Mott making his way up to 6th.
He is currently the leader of that second pack as they're all jumbled up behind him. He's got Joe Wright, Joe Gibbons behind him, and then Garth Griswold in 9th. And Jonathan Lager is falling back to 13th, now off pace it seems. And honestly, it's not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see him competing.
I know.
It was honestly, it was a shock seeing him up front. He hasn't really battled up front for a majority of the year, and seeing him up front here tonight, definitely a pleasant surprise. But Michelle Condor has taken the lead now. Noah Hamilton battling for second. with Vince Mitchell.
Oh, the 15 just turned the 29, but they saved it. 29
Cameron
just went down.
Romano has damage. It looks like Stuart Harding Walker was loose on the apron, was able to keep his car straight. So we're going to stay green here on lap 75 with 26 laps to go. Hamilton going to make a move down to the inside here on the exit of turn 2. Peeking that nose, not going to have anything there for him just yet. Schramm going to have a big run on the backstretch. He's going to be blocking all the way down as Mitchell's going to try to get to the inside, and he is going to get to the inside. A little bit of contact, some door banging. That's going to allow Thomas Villano to get to the outside of them. Now 3 wide for third. Mitchell puts a 2 in the grass there. It's going to slow him down a little bit. He's going to allow the other 2 to get by, fall back to 5th. So 25 laps to go. It's a 5-horse race out front, separated by 1 second. And Vince Mitchell is that last one currently in contention. Noah Hamilton making a move down to the inside on Nashil Condor through 1 and 2. Nashil has that momentum on the middle lane there. He's going to keep that momentum on the backstretch and clear that 2. Findorf hit that attack. Here comes Thomas Villano now to the inside. He's been trying to work his way into this top 3 all night. Points leader trying to do what he can with 23 laps to go. That battle for second starting to bunch up as Nashil's starting to pull away here in that 42. Said he's going to be looking for a Honda paint scheme for the next race at Irwindale.
I think it's Irwindale.
I believe it is Irwindale for the SoCal 150. Yes, that is correct. Looks like Hamilton going to be clear for second for the moment, as Schramm has worked his way back up to third. Still that 5-car battle out front, and Corey Mott's holding off the rest of the pack, as Joe Wright still hounding him for that 6th spot. Not really too close just yet, but one good run, and you're definitely going to be right there.
I wonder, since we're running green, the ones in the back, if they're saving just a little bit while all of them are full beams.
Yeah, you honestly don't know because of what we've seen so far tonight. I mean, 9 cautions already, and we still got 20 laps to go here. As these guys have been battling out all race. That second pack has kind of sorted it out. They've gone single file, and the leaders are sort of looking to do it, but definitely taking advantage of each other each moment they can, basically. And it's kind of allowing Nashil now to pull a half a second gap on the rest of the field.
3/10 quicker that lap than Noah.
You see those times on the left side of your screen. Vince Mitchell was the only one kind of in that range. He's back to 5th now once again, just behind Thomas Villano. It looks like Joe Wright has gotten around Corey Mott through 3 and 4. And that Krispy Kreme machine is moving.
Such a good looking car.
It is, and he runs it across every league, and it just looks good on every single thing that he puts it on. So
It
definitely
does.
definitely nothing you want to change up there.
Like Aiden passed Noah for second.
Still looking on between this battle of Corey Mott and Joe Wright. It's their bumper to bumper going through turn 3 and 4. Just behind them, you got Garth Griswold and Joe Gibbons. You see Ray Gill on the outside. He's a lap car, just trying to gain as many points as possible. Currently in 17th. Back out front, Nashil Condor taking advantage of the field. He's got a 1.1 second gap on Aiden Schramm, and he's starting to pull away.
4/10 that lap. Phil was faster.
And it's got to be something to do with this battling, as these guys are still just going full beans on each other. Oh, the 96 in the grass once again.
Oh my lord.
Big save from him. Lucky to keep that thing under him. And Schramm's gotten fully clear now. He's fought his way out of that pack. And he's going to be setting sail to catch up to Condor here with 17. Going to be 16 to go once they hit the line. So it's going to be a tight race here. If we stay green, we'll see if Schramm's able to catch back up here on the long run. Seen him dominate all the short runs and just kind of lost that track position earlier on in this run and hasn't been able to get it back, but sitting 1.3 seconds behind Nashil Condor with 16, now 15 to go. See what he's able to do. Joe Wright, Corey Mott still battling for that spot in 6th. He's got Joe Gibbons and Garth Griswold behind them as well. Julia Komick in her return race, running 12th right now in that number 5 Hendrick Cars Camaro. Made her way through all the damage and crashes, as well as Austin Runkle. He's definitely been involved in a few, but he's kept that car clean enough to put himself into 11th. Jonathan Lager's fallen back to 10th. So if he's able to ride out a top 10 here tonight, it's going to be a good points day for himself.
Definitely.
So Nashil Condor still gapping the field. Looks like everyone else is going to need a caution here to catch back up to Nashil, as he is starting to set sail with 13 to go here at Las Vegas. And he's kind of taking it by surprise, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's been sitting around the leaders all race, kind of just waiting, playing his own game. And once he realized it was go time, and he has not looked back. A second and 3/4 to another second.
Yeah. Really stretching it out. Still 2/10 faster than Aiden.
Yeah, and he's just setting the track on fire right now. 32.36 compared to a 32.55. The only other car that's kind of in that range is Vince Mitchell right now. And he's still a 10th behind in 4th. So 11 laps now to go for Nashil Condor. And he keeps setting those quick laps. Schramm was a little bit quicker that time, but still slower than Condor. About 7/100ths slower.
Ooh, Corey got
exact.
loose and hit the wall. Oh, he spun it.
He's going to be spinning down the backstretch, and that's going to be the caution that the field needed with 11 laps to go.
Wow. Thank God, because I have to use the bathroom.
And it looks like just a little bit of a push, arrow push, it seems, from Joe right there. Got the 18 loose, put a little bit of air on that quarter panel, and it just got him turned. There was never any official contact between the two. And you see Corey just go up the wall and tag Garth Griswold on the side there. Looks like his car has a little bit of right side damage. And late race caution sees Corey Mott falling outside of the top 10. And now with 10 laps to go, what's going to happen here tonight? It's going to be anybody's race, honestly, now.
Yeah, definitely.
Nashil had done everything right there.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's very happy right now after almost getting a 2-second lead.
And that caution just wiped everything out. Let's go ahead and talk to him.
Great idea.
Hey there, Nishil. This is the boys up at the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
It's going good. This race it's turned out to be a little bit better throughout this second half, but we just saw you take about a 2-second lead, and now it's been wiped away with that caution. What do you got in your car here to pull this thing out and come out victorious?
Well, I'll tell you what. It would have been a 5-second lead if I had a Honda, but Chevy's given me a good car today. So I'm not too worried. I was ripping that middle lane the whole time, and it looks like I don't know why other people were like on the bottom, but that middle lane has a lot of speed, so I'm probably gonna try to get a good jump, get to the middle, and once you're in the middle, they're not gonna be able to pass you. Like, it's so hard to pass on the bottom. So yeah, looking forward to a good fight here with some of the guys and see what happens.
And obviously looking to pull away from the field once again. We've seen a few cautions come out actually from just air getting pushed on quarter panels. Is your goal kind of just to run as fast as you can away from these guys and try to stay away from as much aero push or any contact at all here? I would assume, obviously, but you never know.
No, the problem is it's going to be kind of hard to do that because everyone's going to be pushing. It's going to be 7 to go. It's like it's going to be really hard to try and just pull away. So my goal again is just to run the middle. If I can squeeze people down on the bottom, I can probably do fine when it comes to staying ahead of everyone. That's my goal at least. But if not, it's a good race. It's been fun. We'll see what happens.
We will see, and you'll be the control car here, and that bottom line's definitely been the advantageous line. So a good jump for you is definitely going to go a long way here on this potential last restart of the race. Are you? Is it possibly in the back of your mind that we'll see some overtime here tonight?
Oh yeah, for sure.
How much fuel do you have left?
Honestly, 25 laps. So.
Oh, okay. Then
Yeah, there were a lot of cautions. So.
That's true.
But I think most of the guys who were causing a lot of them took each other out. So it should be hopefully clean. But I'm guessing there will be at least one green white checkered.
Yeah, and pit road's definitely a graveyard of pretty much everyone in the field. As
screwing chassis everywhere.
About half the field has been taken out here tonight so far, and we got 7 to go. So we'll see if more get taken out.
Mr. Racing's not happy with me wrecking the car.
Oh yeah, it'll come out of your paycheck, Aiden.
It's okay. I'll send the bill to Gordon.
Okay. Yeah, he owes you. He owes you one.
There you go.
He owes a lot of people one.
We'll let you get back to it and focus in here on the potential last restart of this race.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Oh yeah, hope you guys enjoy.
Of course. So he definitely seems a little bit confident about that inside line. Doesn't have a choose cone, however, to get to the outside to kind of run it on the restart. So he's going to have to get a good jump here on the inside, which has definitely happened all night.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens here if Noah Hamilton or Aiden Schramm can get back to his outside, inside, wherever they need to pass here. Don't forget Vince Mitchell as well, looking to get a win in 4th. So pace car going to be diving down pit road, possibly for the last time tonight. Barney has that flag in his hand. And we're on the gas pedal. We're green once again. Condor has a great jump on that restart. And he's going to be pulling a big gap here already. But that 2 is going to be pulling it back in with the draft out of 2. Going to be side by side on the exit.
Milano's in the middle.
Thomas Milano taking it 3 wide, and he turns. Oh, around goes Nashil Condor, and he's going to go sideways. And we were on board that entire time. And it looks like Nashil Condor is going to be out of the race. We're going to have to get another shot of that.
Yeah, that looked like Thomas just sent her in there too hard.
As we were stuck on board of that 42 car as they went through that corner. And yeah, definite contact between himself and Villano. And Austin Runkle had nowhere to go on that outside line.
Oh, man. Hard hit.
And it looks like Runkle might be out of the race as well after that incident. So it looks like we'll have another restart before overtime, as it happened with 6 laps to go.
And Nashil immediately left.
He did.
Yeah,
Definitely
man,
not.
Austin.
Definitely not happy about that one.
No, I can imagine not.
So now Vince Mitchell up to 3rd. That moved Aiden Schramm back to 4th. And Noah Hamilton will take the lead now. After that incident. We heard Gordon Fraley get a IC earlier. We'll see Thomas Villano get one here. It'll be interesting, especially since it's the end of the race. You know, these guys are battling pretty hard. And they're going to be sending these cars into these corners. And not really caring.
Yeah, obviously. They've been doing that the entire race.
That's true. But it's definitely multiplied by 100 at the end of the race,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
And that's sad.
And I mean, you'll see it in real life as well, where they'll get super aggressive at the end of the race. But with the way it's gone here tonight, I'm not too sure that a lot of these guys are going to be very happy about getting turned like that, especially for the lead. But Aiden Schramm's going to be 4th, and Joe Gibbons in that number 8 Bass Pro Shops machine. He's worked his way up to 5th. Joe Wright, 6th. Julia Komick, 7th. Trying to get her way up into the top 5 here. As we should be getting the lights off this time by, I believe. We'll have a natural green-white checkered here. Oh, maybe not. So it looks like they're going to be pacing around one more time. As we currently have 11 drivers on the lead lap. Robert Fraley Jr. 1 lap down. Austin Runkle 2. And then Nashil Condor 3 laps down after that incident. So maybe we can give that input to Vince Mitchell here, as it looks like Thomas Villano might be getting that IC. He dropped back for a second.
Did he? Still up front for now.
He dropped back to 2nd for a moment. I'm unsure. But let's go ahead and talk to Vince Mitchell real quick before we go green. Most likely for possibly the last time of the night, maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hey there, Vince Mitchell. It's the boys up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are we feeling?
We're feeling pretty good up here. How you feeling down in that car? Currently in 3rd place, I believe, right now.
Oh, the nerves, man. You know how it is. I've had a handful of times where I've actually been able to contend and show my speed and have it thrown away. So, you know how it is with me nowadays.
And starting 3rd here, so you're not technically in the driver's seat. You kind of have your own destiny here on the inside line, which definitely has the advantage on these restarts. What are you looking to do to get around this 2 car here, who seems to be the 2nd fastest car of the race, with your the 14 on your outside here being the fastest?
You know, that's a good question. the answer that I have in my mind, I'm not gonna say. Because I'm not to make myself clear. I'm not gonna do anything malicious. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm praying. I'm praying to everything that I pray to that something happens, but
It's a
I'm
good
not gonna kill the
possibility.
guy.
All right, well, you guys are going through turn 4, getting ready to go green, so we'll let you get back to it and focus in, and good luck here.
All right, time 4. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Look,
That's Vince Mitchell, currently 3rd. But up front, we're going to see Noah Hamilton, Thomas Villano. It's going to be a crazy 2 laps left. It's a natural overtime here at Las Vegas. Who's going to be gambling out front? And who's going to be going home broke? Hamilton with a good jump.
For either side.
We'll see if that 96 is able to get a good run here on the inside. Villano kind of came down the track a little bit, made a little bit of contact with that 96, which might have taken the run away from both of them. As Hamilton's starting to pull away, and now Schramm goes 3 wide middle for 2nd. See if they get back to the line here. It's going to be white flag once they get it.
Oh, they wrecked.
Are we going to see a yellow? We're going to see a yellow.
Oh,
And it's a big wreck as Joe Wright
like
got
a
sent back up
huge
across the track, involving Joe Gibbons. They're still wrecking down the front stretch.
Good Lord, it's a parking lot.
Corey Mott was involved. Joe Gibbons, Joe T. Wright, we saw got sent back up across the track. I believe Stuart Harding Walker was involved in that one. Robert Fraley as well. And it's definitely a parking lot out there. I think only 5 cars really made it through that one.
Wow.
And we're going to have an actual overtime here. And all these guys are going to have one more shot at a restart. We're going to take a look at that replay and see what happened there. Is the yellow came out just seconds before they crossed that line. If the white had flown there, they would have been racing back to that carnage on the front stretch, and that would have been a lot more interesting, honestly. But we'll see what happens here. Looks like Joe Wright kind of just forced his way up where a spot wasn't really there, as Stuart Harding Walker was on his outside. And we know coming to that white flag, they are not going to give. We'll look at it from another angle here. A little bit slower this time as well. And you see that 39 just making his way to the outside. And Joe, just kind of comes up to a spot that just slightly got occupied.
Yeah.
And it sends the 39 back down, which collects Joe Gibbons, who gets sent back up the track. Corey Mott gets involved in that one. Julia Comic gets a little bit piece of that. See Ray Gill T-boning that 39 car. I think there was more wrecking up front as well, as Comic and Tipton, I believe, made contact as they got through it there. And they did.
They got the whole track and still found a way to run into each other.
A lot of contact into the wall there for Tipton. Sent both of those cars in the air. Oh.
Oh man, they're still hitting each other.
Still wrecking. Yeah.
Good. My Lord.
And what a wreck here to bring us to overtime here tonight. And I honestly only see 5 cars that are really going to be in contention for this win. We got Corey Mott, Caleb Tipton, Joe Wright, Julia Comic, and Garth Griswold, as well as I believe a few other drivers on pit road that are a few laps down. But that one was that was a big one.
That was a big one, that's for sure.
So it looks like Schramm and Hamilton might be battling with Villano and Mitchell for this win. Jonathan Lager back up to the top 5. Let's go. Currently sitting 5th in that Celsius number 28. Trying to etch his way into a top 5 here tonight. Who knows with all this wrecking here. He could pull out a win. You never know. It's anyone's race, honestly, now, as everything is broken loose, and these guys have just been everywhere.
Jonathan's winning this race. I'm letting you know right now. Top 4, I reckon. Jonathan's gonna win this race.
Top 4, I reckon, and Jonathan's winning this race.
You heard it here first.
Words from Aiden Higginbotham. We'll see if that comes true. We've had 12 cautions tonight. It has been a long night for ARCA. And even then, it's only 9:08 here, Central Standard, which is honestly pretty standard for these ARCA races to kind of end around. So even with all these cautions, they've been keeping pretty good pace race-wise. Those green flag runs throughout the last half of the race definitely helped out. So we're going to see the 2 of Hamilton, 14 of Schramm on that front row for potentially, once again, the final restart of the race.
How many attempts did they get at green, white, checkered?
In ARCA, I believe it's unlimited like everything else.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And unlimited is technically 15, so this will be the first.
Oh my God.
The first one, so iRacing only allows 15 overtimes, so we'll see if we use them all here tonight.
God, I hope not.
We were right there on the natural overtime, so I think they can get it done here this time. We'll see how aggressive they are, as the field has been shaken up, and the leaders, the fastest 2 cars of the race, are back out front here. Hamilton's going to have the advantage on the inside. It's going to be Schramm, Hamilton out front. We're going gambling once again.
Jonathan shoving the heck out of Thomas on that restart.
Yeah, that was a big shove, and Thomas is going to have a great run into one here. Going to get to the inside of Schramm. And that's definitely what that 2 of Hamilton wants to see in his rear view mirror. Cars side by side behind him. A single file out. And Aiden's going to be clear, set sail for Noah Hamilton here. Out of turn 4. Are we going to see the white flag for sure this time? We are. White flag comes out as they cross the line. And this is the last lap, white flag. Thomas Villano going to be looking to the inside of Schramm here through 1 and 2. Hamilton loves to see that behind him. Here comes Vince Mitchell to the outside. He's going to put himself on the wall.
Contact on the wall.
And Noah Hamilton's definitely won this race. Here comes Jonathan Lager here for second now. 3 wide on the bottom.
He's
big
going
move.
for second.
And he's going to get it on the
3 wide
inside.
move. He got it. Oh my God.
And here comes Vince Mitchell on the inside as well. Going to take third as Villano's going to be going through the grass and losing spots. Ray Gill into the wall. And that's going to hit. Oh, the 6 of Robert Fraley. Big wreck as they cross the line. But Jonathan Lager makes a big move for second on the last lap. And what a race we just witnessed. Noah Hamilton comes home victorious.
I cannot believe that move Jonathan Lager just moved.
And a big story of the night is definitely going to be that move by Jonathan Lager.
Wow.
I have no idea how he was able to stick that car in there.
Wow.
With that low of an entry.
I have no idea how he made that stick.
And Schramm's going to be doing a nice victory lap around the track in that number 2 Mustang for, or not Schramm, Hamilton, sorry, for his first win in the Crown Jewel Racing Network. And Aiden Schramm comes home 4th after dominating tonight's event. Definitely not anything to be upset about. And going to have to put his head down for Irwindale in a few, I believe 2 weeks from now. Since it's going to be on the 11th. We're going to see Hamilton burn it down on that front stretch. And that too, doing them donuts. Oh, not in the grass.
Oh, don't mess up the grass.
But a definite happy Noah Hamilton comes home with the win here tonight. And what a finish we were given here up in the booth.
That was awesome.
Definitely some can't miss racing here, and that's little bright spots that we always look for here in these events. These finishes are always something. And Jonathan Lager might have just pulled move of the year in the ARCA series.
That was move of the year. I don't think there's been any other move like that. Diving it that far inside on the final corner. Wow.
And we're gonna look at this last lap. Once again, that was the incident that brought out the caution for our overtime. You saw everyone going sideways there, which allowed Jonathan Lager to get up to 5th. And now we'll go ahead and see that entire last lap. And he was in 5th to start the lap.
Yeah.
Actually, he was battling for 5th. He actually lost 5th starting the lap. It takes a big run on the outside of Joe Gibbons. Gets a huge draft from Vince Mitchell. We got a huge draft from the two cars going side by side and making contact through 1 and 2. And then just has a huge run into 3 and 4. Sticks it on the bottom. The two on the outside of him wash up. Vince Mitchell pulls the same move as well behind him just a little bit later.
Yeah. And
pulls out 3rd. And what a race that was.
That was good.
And that's what this developmental series in ARCA definitely wants to bring us here. Just racing like that. The rest of the race, definitely not what we wanted to see, but that finish there is for sure a very crown jewel moment. And here's our finishing results. You see Noah Hamilton, Jonathan Lager, Vince Mitchell, our podium finishers. Schramm and Gibbons round out that top 5. Then you'll see Villano, Fraley Jr., and Harding Walker, followed by Mott and Comic in the top 10. So Julia gets a top 10 in her return, being 2 laps down. Only 8 cars finished on the lead lap here tonight. Wow. And you'll see Joe Wright, Caleb Tipton 11th and 12th, Ray Gill 13th, Austin Runkle 14th. Nikhil Condor fell all the way back to 15th after getting wrecked there. Garth Griswold in 16th, Gordon Fraley 17th, Cody Leach in 18th. And just going through the rest of the field, you'll see Cameron Romano, Sam Bennett round out the top 20, Zach Saunders, Mason Hoffner, and then Tyler Bellinger 23rd. And then you'll see the boy Hayden 24th after a
really holding it down in 24th.
A big wreck halfway through the race took him out, as well as Bill Martin. And then we'll see Nick Cordova coming home in 26, and that's 2 sides of the coin there. One in Phoenix and finishing last at Las Vegas the next week. Definite racing woes there for that 22. We'll see if he is able to bounce back this week or this next upcoming race at Irwindale. But let's go ahead and start our interviews. Sadly, we won't be able to speak to Jonathan Lager as he is deaf, but definite move of the year contender from Jonathan. And congratulations to him for finishing 2nd. Let's go ahead and talk to our 3rd place finisher, Vince Mitchell. Hey there, Vince. It's the boys up in the booth. We talked to you a little bit earlier, but finishing P3 here tonight after a very chaotic we'll say 2 overtime attempts, as it technically was 2 overtimes.
Essentially.
But yeah, how do you feel after coming home P3 here tonight?
Honestly, I feel great. Granted, I really wanted that win, but I mean, regardless, all of us in the top 5 have English. Holy cow! All of us in the top 5 have really good cars. So I mean, I feel for Noah. I mean, I'm glad he got it, but if I were to have been like in 2nd or 3rd, I wouldn't have junked him for it or anything. I wouldn't have tried to kill it. But no, I mean, overall, I feel great.
Yeah, you definitely had some pace there at the end of the race, which we talked to you about, and you were definitely there for contention. And that last restart was very interesting. We saw you get a huge run through 1 and 2 on that last lap. And there was just kind of no space on the exit of 2, and you kind of got into the wall, and it set you back to 5th there. Can you kind of take us through that whole last lap and your perspective of everything there?
So leading up to the final lap, I was looking at the way Villano was getting closer to the 14 going across the front stretch. And I had already backed up a little bit, so going through the little like tri-oval essentially, I had a decent run going, and I wanted to take it to the inside, but I saw him cutting down, so my quick reaction was to take it to the outside, which I had to get out of the throttle a little bit because of the draft. And at that point, I just kind of stuck it in, and I was hoping that, they would stay lower and I could just breeze by on the outside, but they made a little bit of contact and the 14 was slowly starting to shoot up, so it was either I keep in the throttle and possibly ruin the 14's day and my day, or I pancake the wall and still keep some of my momentum going. And in turn, that opened up the door for Legger to get on the inside of Volano and the 14, and a very beautiful move. And then I saw the door was completely wide open and dove underneath, and then the other two just doored each other, and I'm essentially riding the grass line how I was the majority of the race, and come home with a P3.
Yeah,
And
I wanted to ask you about that move. We saw you follow behind Jonathan there to take third. Coming out of turn four, you were fifth, and the 14 and the 17 come into contact, and you kind of make that bottom lane just appear as just behind you. They kind of went down the track into the grass. Did you think that they were gonna come back down a little bit earlier when you were making that move? And did you possibly think that, oh, I made the wrong move going low here, or were you kind of full confident on sticking that move?
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I blanked out. I saw them sliding up. I saw the gap form, and
Just took it.
instinctively, I just took it.
There you
I
go.
saw in my mirror that the 17 was very close to clipping me, and looking back at the replay right now, I don't even think there's a foot between me and him. Yeah, no. If I would have made that move a second later, I'm turning right and going straight into the outside fence.
Yeah, and it
So,
it would have been a
yeah.
lot bigger of a wreck than what we actually got. We still got a pretty big wreck coming across the line, so pretty insane race for sure tonight. But a lot of cautions here tonight. We saw, I believe, 12 in total.
Yikes.
Going to
Yeah.
Irwindale in a couple of weeks. What are you going to be looking for there to hopefully clean up racing for
So,
just
wait, where are we
everyone in
going again?
general?
You kind of spaced
Irwindale.
out.
Irwindale there.
Irwindale. I've never raced at Irwindale.
It is a short
So,
track, so it will
Either.
probably be a mess. But
I'm sure it will.
what are
yeah.
some things that you think could the field probably should be working on here to clean up those early cautions?
Keeping your awareness out. Like you gotta at least watch the car in front of you or the cars in front of you, like from the front perspective and to your right side, and just kind of just make sure you at least give a little bit of space. I mean, granted, we're all really aggressive racers. We all have that moment where like we get the passive switch flipped down to aggressive, and it's essentially go time. So it's just you gotta find a way to kind of differentiate that from the early stages of the race to the end, because at the early stages of the race, there's no need for like how many cautions we had early on, like
I
six,
believe it was
seven.
probably 6 early on,
It's
and then it kind of evened out until we started getting late race,
yeah, no,
which
there's no need for
usually
that.
happens. Honestly, the late race cautions I can understand.
Yeah, late race cautions, that's when tensions are high. Everybody's wanting to get that one position and just improve their spot to possibly even win this thing if you're like in like say like the top five, top six, and everybody's close. But if it's like right before that halfway mark and we're still scrapping for 21st, 22nd, 23rd even, like there's no need for that. Just ride it out, and eventually if you have the right strategy, or if other people decide to, you know, not be the brightest and cause incidents, then I mean, you're gonna move up. So it's just you gotta bide your time and make peace with the majority of your peers, because if you don't, then that's when like the metaphorical like green check mark over your head turns into a red X, and it's just not a pleasant sight.
I feel that for sure. Hayden, you got any questions before we let Kyle Busch go on and celebrate his first top 5 of the year?
I mean, you were.
Uh,
I mean,
it's felt
one
like that, to
more
be
little
honest.
mess up, you could have had that thing. I mean, it was a good run, definitely. Just it was good. I don't even know what to say anymore.
I appreciate that. Thank you. That does mean a lot, to be honest. I mean, yeah, I did have a good car. I'm glad that I was able to. I mean, this is my first time running the Gen 6, quote unquote, with the
Yeah.
ARCA cars in this package at all this entire season. So learning from the next gens and coming over to do this it's not that much of a gap, but you have to know drafting a bit more because it's very dependent.
I did actually want to ask you before I let you go. Obviously, a lot of people are used to the next gens now just because they've been in rotation for the last 3 years, just on iRacing, and these Gen 6 cars have kind of become obsolete, except for a select few leagues that run them. Obviously, the driving kind of allowed, or these cars allow for the driving to be a lot closer together and more packed up. Do you think that possibly could have been a little bit of a cause of people just not realizing that we're 3 or 4 wide coming out of the corner?
I mean, yes and no. You can look at it from both aspects and argue it because you have to change your driving style a little bit with these cars compared to like the next gens because yes, the next gen cars are very aero dependent, and you get into somebody's dirty air, and it's almost game over majority of the time. But these cars, I mean, we know how NASCAR has been over the last like what 5 6 years with changing their stuff. So if this was the final package for the Gen 6, so I
I
mean
believe
these
there's a
cars are
little
still
bit of a restriction on these cars, but
yeah.
pretty much near that kind of last area where they left these Gen 6 cars at.
Yeah, it feels like the
But yeah.
550 at Texas almost. Like you're essentially running the bottom line the entire time, and once the tires wear in and you start getting a little bit slippery, I mean, you could run almost every line here and be fine. It's just what I like about these cars compared to the next gens is you can actually ride the right rear. Like if you saw me early on, I was stepping out a bit too much, and to say that is kind of embarrassing because of the way like the power is restricted and
Hey, that
everything
means
with more downforce.
you're just pushing that thing, so.
Yeah, no, I was dead sideways a handful of times, especially when I got hit in the back in 3. I was Tokyo drifting that thing, man.
But yeah, third place finish here tonight. Before I let you go, you got anyone out there to thank before you go on and celebrate?
Gotta thank, the Uber man, Mr. Caleb Tipton, for everything that he's done so far for not only just myself, but the entire team for the entire season, for next gens and just us just moving around trying different things throughout the season. And gotta thank our other sponsors, DMR Designs and Race Peasant Race Photos. With them we don't really have this as much because they sponsor our cars all the time 24/7. And gotta thank the Rocket Man and the Crazy Fool as well for all the morale and the stuff. Well, I'm gonna say shit, but all the shit they give me. Without them, I mean, I don't think I'd be doing this as much as I want to.
All right, well, we'll let you go on and enjoy the rest of your night and rest up. We don't really got too much racing throughout the rest of the week. I believe it's only Nextel coming up on Tuesday. But other than that, just rest up and congratulations on your third place here tonight.
Rest. It's time to put in the work. It's go time.
There you
Still
go.
putting in the work on the off season,
Hey,
always.
you could do that too. You could do that too. There you go.
And
But,
the work don't
yeah.
stop just because we stopped.
But yeah, congratulations on your third place here tonight, and do whatever you want.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all have a good one.
You as well. And that's Vince Mitchell, our third place finisher. Obviously, we cannot talk to Jonathan, as I stated a little bit earlier, but once again, congratulations to Mr. Jonathan Lager for that insane 3-wide move on the bottom to stick his car into second. And we'll go ahead and talk to our race winner here tonight, Noah Hamilton, in that number 2 Mustang. He was up for all night, and I would say he was probably the second fastest guy, other than Schramm. So let's see what he had to say after that insane race that we had tonight. Hey there, Noah. It's the boys on the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. We see you come home in victory lane here tonight at Las Vegas, taking home a nice little prize pool of fake currency. but yeah, you able to weather the storm here tonight in Vegas, where you don't really see storms too much, but one kind of came out here tonight with 12 cautions, and able to kind of keep your car out front all night, stay away from a lot of the damage. I believe you had to go back in the pack once throughout the race to fix a little bit of front end damage. But how did it feel out there for you tonight?
Felt pretty good, yeah. I did have to go back once because I had damage, but I didn't even have to take my fast repair. It was so little damage. The wrecks were all in the back, really. Car felt pretty fine. These cars are really fun. They're a lot more fun than the current Cup cars, even with the limited horsepower. It still is a little harder to me, at least, and more fun.
Yeah, and these cars definitely create this kind of racing where it's just side by side for a lot of the run, to be honest, and it's kind of hard to break even or just get away from the rest of the field, honestly, as any kind of draft just kind of pulls them a lot closer to you through the exit of the corners or just anywhere on the track. Honestly, we saw bump drafting tonight, which was honestly a lot change of pace for a lot of these series that we run here in the Crown Jewel community. What was your kind of opinions on the three wide battles that we were seeing here tonight? And
Oh, it was stressful. It gets your heart rate going, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is
that
for sure.
40, sorry,
That is for sure.
that 42 on that last run before the final stretch of cautions, he was able to pull a gap us by a couple seconds, me and Aiden. And that's the only time I really saw somebody break away all night on their own. So the racing is definitely fun. It's, some tracks will be a little bit too stressful, it seems like, if you're that close the entire time. But I don't know. We'll have to see.
We will have to see, that's for sure. But obviously, yeah, coming home with a win here tonight. I believe it's your first in the Crown Jewel community. Is that correct?
My first start in the ARCA series, but yes, it is my first win here.
Yeah, there you go. So you get your first win in your first start in ARCA, and obviously that's going to carry some momentum into any other events that you participate in. How does it feel to get into victory lane here?
Feels pretty good. I definitely didn't expect it, that's for sure. Coming into tonight, I thought, top 5 would be a little bit of a miracle, but it worked out.
Top 5's a miracle, then a win must be I don't even know what to call a win. Godsend.
Yeah.
We'll call it that. But yeah, coming home with the win here tonight in Las Vegas. Hayden, you got anything to ask him before we let him go celebrate?
Are you ready for Irwindale? Have you ever run that before?
Not in these cars. I have not done it in like a year. Last I did it was late model stocks. It's a very unique track. It's not my strongest in any cars I've ever done it in, but I'll put in some practice on these next week and hopefully come back strong.
And I'm assuming to see you here in the ARCA series a little bit more now that you got a win. Are you planning on running this as much as you can?
Yeah, I plan on it.
But
life gets in the way sometimes. Sunday's usually my least busy day, so hopefully this isn't the last you see of me.
Well, there you go. Before we let you go and you go celebrate, or as Vince said, he was going to go work. But yeah, before we let you go, you got anyone out there to thank for your win tonight?
I want to thank my spotters, plural. 2 of them came through, Alex and Diego. They actually did help me a lot, especially Alex on those green-white checkers. He kind of coached me through it because I could not have won that on my own. And I want to thank Jim Beam. He's going to help me out a lot tonight. I'm going to wake up on the bathroom floor naked. Again.
Again.
But yeah, one more question before I let you go. On that last restart, we saw you kind of break away from the 14 and 17 as they were kind of door banging through 1 and 2 on that last lap. What was kind of going through your mind there as you we're starting to pull away from them.
Well, I was actually talking to Aiden because he's my teammate, and I was telling him. I said, I know you're. I told him at the end. I said, I know you're not trying. I know you weren't trying to hold them off for me, but you did, and I thank you for that. He was definitely trying to get up to me, but it just helped me out a lot. Seeing that in my mirror was pretty entertaining. They seemed like they had a fun battle going on.
It was definitely a sight to see for sure. But yeah, congratulations on your win tonight, and also your teammate P4. We'll take that as a pretty good night for you guys here tonight at Vegas.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, congratulations on your win, and go do your plans.
Yes, sir. Gonna have a fun night tonight.
There you go. That's our race winner, Noah Hamilton. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your night. But yeah, Hayden, we were treated to a crazy finish here tonight after I'll say it, a definite sleep fest early on.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Is the cautions just kept on rolling, and it was kind of a repeat of Phoenix for a moment there. And once we got the green flag racing, just like Phoenix, it was amazing. And these Gen 6 cars with a little bit of restrictions definitely provide for some nice racing once we get it figured out. But it's going to be kind of tough on a lot of these guys if it just keeps happening like this every week, where it's just a lot of cautions early on.
Yeah.
And they keep getting involved over and over, and it's definitely not going to be good for a mental state coming into these races, just expecting to get wrecked early on and trying to recover from there. But kind of gotta raise your head and hope for some better times, and it's definitely going to be coming, especially with the glimpses of amazing racing we've seen these last 2 weeks with these cars. A lot of nice side-by-side 3-wide battles, and we saw some 4-wide here tonight. Didn't really work out too well for a lot of them, but definitely saw some 4-wide.
Didn't help me at all.
But yeah, just a very crazy finish where we saw Jonathan Lager take home a P2 and Noah Hamilton come home with the win here tonight. And what a race we were treated for. And we're going to go ahead and sign off. We'll have Tuesday night action at where is the
I have no idea
race?
where it's at.
I forget, actually. Let me look real quick at
Let
the
me take a
schedule.
gander.
It's going to be at Dover. So yeah, Tuesday night at Dover. I'll be back up in the booth to broadcast that race. We'll take a look at the points real quick, actually, before we sign off as well. Thomas Volano holds on to that points lead over Jim Mott, and we see Robert Fraley starting to catch up. Hayden stays in fourth, with Corey Mott slowly catching, about 20 points behind him. Bob Baker 6th, Joe Gibbons 7th, Ryan Persinger in 8th, and then Ryan Taft 9th. Jeremy T-Bone rounds out that top 10. You can see everyone else throughout the standings right there on your screen that have actually earned points throughout the season here in ARCA. With the new rules, as I stated on the top of the broadcast, we got a soft cap now at 2,500, where we'll see drivers over that mark make 5 starts throughout the year here. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and sign off. It's been your boy up in the booth here tonight with Aiden Higginbotham throughout the second half of the coverage. Thank you for coming along and helping me out here tonight. Always appreciated.
Anytime. Hopefully I won't have to be up here on Tuesday.
Ain't that the case? Hey, maybe for interview instead.
Yeah,
we'll say for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead.
Before we sign off, I do want to say, Jonathan almost won that race.
He could have. He had a big run. He definitely had that run there.
Huge run.
But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. We'll see you guys Tuesday at the same time on the Moving Chicanes Racing Network. It's been your boy Nathaniel up in the booth, joined by Hayden, and we'll see you on Tuesday. See ya.